Hello, once again. It's me, Luke Davidson, with another episode of Inside My Head. It's been, I think, a few weeks. I've been kind of hiding out in my shell. I haven't accomplished any of my goals of exercising or quitting smoking or cutting down on weed. Ended up just falling back into those things and getting lazy and reclusive, and I've just been in my own little bubble waiting for it to burst. I had one really bad day where I felt like committing suicide. I had spent all night not sleeping, and I went out looking for cigarette butts, walking around early morning, and I felt miserable about myself, like what a loser I am, going around picking cigarette butts from ashtrays so I can support my addiction. It's like, why don't I just stop and suck it up and go through the few days of withdrawal instead of just continuing this bad habit? So I was feeling miserable about that, and I was feeling miserable about my condition, and I was feeling miserable about not working, and feeling like I don't want to work, and feeling miserable about missing my kids, and feeling like I'm never going to see them again because I'm such a loser and I can't get my shit together. And I don't feel like I have any of the schizoaffective issues anymore. Like, I feel like that's all handled with the medications, and I'm just continuing a negative pattern by continuing to just smoke weed as much as I can to escape my emotions and escape my feelings and escape my thoughts. And I guess I'm kind of getting frustrated. It's like, is this way to live? And it's like, it's a comfortable way to live, but then I run out of money, and then what? Then I have to rely on friends, or which I don't have too many of them, to get me high, and it shouldn't be like that. And I haven't had any today. I had a little bit yesterday, a tiny bit, scrapings, and I have no money in sight, and I'm not going to borrow any money because I don't get paid again for a month. So I'm really heavily thinking about going back to work, and I think in order to go back to work I need to be sober and get my wits about me and just get up the courage to put in some applications and call around and all that stuff. And I think I do hate doing stuff like that. Like, I get nervous calling people, I get nervous filling out forms, I don't like doing it, but that's part of the process. And it's like, in order to live, you got to go through uncomfortable situations to get rewards. So it's like I've been stuck in staying in my comfort zone, and it's depressing. It's not growing in any direction, and I need to do something to change. So I know I wanted to come back to these videos and do these videos to kind of keep an eye on myself, and I haven't been keeping up with that. and I even started doing video and I didn't keep up with that. I just didn't keep up with anything. I just gave up. And I tend to do that. I just give up before even trying. Like, I feel like I'm not going to be good at any job, that I'm going to hate it no matter what. So I avoid working, but I need to work. I think it would help me socially, help me to develop. But yeah, that's where my head's been at. It's just been up my own ass, basically. And I know I have this mental condition or whatever, of being bipolar and being schizoaffective, and I'm medicated, and that's sort of my excuse to not try harder. It feels like there's like a filter on me that I just am prevented from having any willpower, any of that. It's like I can't say no to weed. It's like as soon as I get the chance, I'm gonna smoke it. But right now, kind of think I'm at the challenge point where, you know, I have no money and I just gotta stay away from friends who smoke weed and then just suck it up and see how it feels, and just try to avoid that negative thinking and not be so hard on myself and just take it one day at a time and be able to do it. I should be able to do it. I shouldn't be still struggling. It's been months that I've been off, and they're taking care of me, and it's up to me to take the next steps. It's up to me to help myself and start taking some steps to getting better. And laying around smoking weed isn't helping with that. And if I want to smoke weed, I should be working for it, and I should have money, and I should be able to pay for it. My problem is with the weed, it's like I can't smoke weed and go to work. I have to be able to be sober and go to work. And I have a bad habit of, in the past, I always used to smoke before going to work, and I would go to work all the time high, and that's how I coped with life. Like, cope with life by getting high. I've been getting high since I was 11 years old. I don't really like how it feels to not have weed in my life. I've had periods where I've gone months without it, and I think I did well enough, but I was a lot more emotional, a lot more all over the place. But I don't know, maybe now with these medications that I'm on, if I can just give myself, you know, like a month of soberness, maybe I would see a difference and not feel so stuck in myself. That's like, and I'm not even enjoying myself. Like, I don't enjoy myself when I get high. I find it makes me, I don't have to think anymore. It just kind of makes everything smooth, and I can be bored without complaining about it. But it's like the stuff that usually entertains me is not that entertaining. I'm tired of sitting around watching YouTube, tired of sitting around watching Netflix, tired of video games. I'm 30 fucking years old, and that's all I know is video games and TV and YouTube. It's like I don't have any sports. I'm not interested in any sports. I used to like skateboarding, but I don't have a skateboard, and I don't think I'd be interested in skateboarding. I was never very good at it. I just did it because it was the cool thing to do at my age. I used to like rollerblading, but I remember people used to make fun of me and call me a fruit booter, so I stopped rollerblading. There's nowhere to really rollerblade around this town. It's all cracky and hilly, so I don't want to rollerblade. A bike would be nice. I would like to have a bicycle, and then I'd be able to get a little further around. If I had a bike, maybe I could work at some place a little farther than having to walk. That's another thing I've always done. I've always tried to get a job that was within walking distance of my place, and I'm kind of hoping to go back to the same company that I was working for, and I just have to call them and see what I should do, if I should just reapply, or if they still have me on file and can transfer me up there, or do a few calls around and check it out for me. I just have to get up the courage to want to go back. And it's like half of me wants to go back and half of me doesn't. Half of me's afraid that if I go back, I'm not going to be able to handle it, and then I'm going to quit the job or lose the job and then be even more screwed. But apparently social services has my back, and they'll still support me while I ease back into it, slowly ease back into the work. It's like I could start off just doing like a shift or two and then just deduct that off of my social assistance, and I wouldn't be in the plus. I wouldn't be making any more money than they give me, but at least I'd be doing something. I'd be working again, and I could start getting my head on my shoulders, and maybe after a little while could pick up the shifts, get more shifts, and eventually work my way up to being a normal working citizen. And my aims aren't very high. Like, there's not much I want to do. I don't want to do much of anything. I kind of just want to have the minimum job that I can have that gets me by and pays my bills and keeps me fed. I don't need a lot. I'm not a person who needs a lot of things. I'm scared of driving. I don't really want a car. I kind of do, but I'm scared of driving. Like, I feel like I'm a bad driver. I'm a distracted driver. Like, my head just like goes into daydream mode all the time. And I only drove for about a year, and I did enjoy driving, but I was always nervous, and I always had to get high to drive, which is illegal. You can't get high and drive. So that's one thing. And yeah, basically my whole life has been dictated by my marijuana addiction. And I can't be shaping my life around an addiction. It's like, how long do I want to keep making the same choice and stay in the same place? And it's like, as a kid, I wanted to be a writer. I used to have all kinds of cool ideas for movies and video games and stuff like that. And I find with weed, for some people they say it helps with creativity, but for me it kind of stifles it. It kind of just makes me lazy, and I can't sit down and write. I can't sit down and type. I have no focus. I can't sit down and read. Like, I try to read and I just get like, blah, I don't want to read this. And I took a book out from the library and I haven't even started it yet, but that's kind of one of my challenges, is to start reading, because that's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a writer, and should have been a writer. Maybe it's not too late. Like they say, there's people who are in their 60s start painting and they become great painters and shit like that. Like it's supposed to never be too late, right? And it's like, all I have to do is figure out what do I need to do to be able to get focused, and I can just work whatever menial job, whatever kind of low-end minimum wage job, I don't care, and then work on my writing, try to become a writer again. And it's one of my biggest regrets, is not applying myself. I never applied myself back in school. I just would have rather get high and skip class, and I wish I did things differently, but you can't change the past, you can only change the future. You can only worry about today, so it's like I gotta quit beating myself up and be like, alright, well, if you want to be a writer, what does it take? You have to write. I don't write shit. I don't write anything. I write my journal and I just write about myself. I don't write about any ideas. I don't jot anything down. I have this one idea that keeps coming back into my head. I should start writing about it. I should start taking notes. I should start forming a story. It's like, if I had spent half the time that I did writing as I do on YouTube or video games or Netflix, I'd be able to write a big story. Maybe I'd become successful somewhat. I don't even want fame. Fame is not something I want. Money, I don't want a lot of money. I just want enough money that I can have the things I want, have a stable life. I don't need a lot of things. I don't want a big house. I don't want a fancy car. I don't want fancy clothes. I don't care. I'm not really a consumer type person. I don't need the best of the best. I just need things to be comfortable, be content. And there's got to be a way to get there. There's got to be a way to change things. And I'm over the whole suicidal stuff. Like, that was just a one day kind of thing where I didn't get any sleep. And I just kind of lost hope, and I ended up getting in a fight with my mom and my brother, kind of just being over emotional and irrational and not able to communicate properly, and it didn't feel good. I didn't feel good about that. And same thing, my brother talked to me, he said, you need to take steps to get better, and that I haven't been, that I've just been staying the same, and I know that, and it frustrates me. And now I'm at the precipice, I guess. I'm at the crossroads. It's like, all right, what are you gonna do? You run out of money. You can't smoke weed anymore. You gotta stop smoking fucking cigarettes. What are you gonna do? And it's like, I have some ideas. I can read. Start reading for one to stimulate my brain. I can start exercising, stimulate my body, and that's all I got so far really is 2 things. Third, I could start watching what I eat, cut down the coffee and the sugar. I definitely fill myself with coffee and sugar every day. I could cut that down. I could eat my chia seeds and blueberries more often. It's like I got that idea in my head and then I stopped it right away. Didn't follow through. I have no follow through, which is the worst. But I realized like I want to keep doing videos. I wanted to document my journal on here, and I haven't been doing that because I got cold feet about it. I'm like, oh, do I really want people to read this stuff about me? And it's like, well, I doubt many people are gonna check it out anyway, but I don't know. I don't know why I originally wanted to put it on there. I guess there's part of me underneath that's afraid that I am gonna give up and I'm gonna, I don't know, disappear or kill myself with pills or something like that. And it's like, I don't know, doing these videos maybe is a reason to stay alive and keep on going, keep on trucking. I don't know, I need to find my passion for life, and if it's going to be writing, then I have to figure out how to start writing. I need to figure out how to get out of my unfocused self, because I really am unfocused, and start working on forming positive habits that will help me to grow and not give up so easily, because I give up way too easily, and I gotta stop that. I gotta stop giving up, because I've got a life to live if I just choose to live it, and it's on me, it's up to me. Like, nobody else can make it better for me. I have to put in the work, and I have to put in the effort to get better. And there's this weird part of me that wants to stay sick, that wants to give up and just go live in an institution or something, just let them take care of me. But there's the other part of me that wants to be free and doesn't want to be medicated and wants to live and wants to get his own place and have his own job and maybe get a girlfriend. I don't know. I had a fucked up time. I lost everything, but that doesn't mean I can't start over. I need to start over, and I need to stop thinking that I'm at the bottom, defeat it, and start climbing back up, because I'm better than this mental illness. I'm smarter than this mental illness. I'm smarter than the habits that I keep. It's just, I keep saying fuck it. And I don't know, the whole cigarette butt thing, part of it is it gets me out walking, looking for something to do, and it kind of eases the boredom. So, and then I find cigarette butts, and that eases the nicotine addiction. But it's gross. It's probably, I haven't gotten a cold or anything yet, but it's like if I keep it up, I'll probably get sick, get herpes or something. But I keep doing it. It's like, why do I keep doing that? I know why. It's because I'm addicted. It's because I'd rather service my addiction than go through the discomfort of not serving it. And that's what I got to get on top of, is my addictions. So I'm hoping next time I go see my my nurse practitioner, that or I think that's what she's called, I don't know, my care worker, caseworker. Yeah, caseworker. She's a caseworker. The next time I see my caseworker, maybe I'll see if I can get some support from addiction services. And it's like, I already know all the information. Like, I already know that stuff, and it's just I need to apply it. I need to not be so weak and weak-willed. It's a challenge. It's a challenge when you've been like this for most of your life. Do these same habits, and then everything seems like it catches up with you when you stop. It's like, I don't know, I stopped smoking weed for one day, and here I am talking in a video where I've been avoiding it for weeks, and I'm getting some thoughts out, getting some ideas going. Like, before doing this video, I wasn't even thinking about writing or thinking about going back to work, but now that I'm thinking out loud, it's like those things came up. So it's obviously things that my subconscious had in mind and are worried about and need to be resolved. Because I am sick of staying stuck and being in the house and not doing anything, not meeting anybody, not seeing anybody. Not that I like people all that much anyway. People kind of scare me. But
excuse me, is there Tim Hortons in town?
Yeah, Tim Hortons is
way up that way somewhere, is it?
Yeah, you would go up, take a left, and after the bridge you take a left, and then you keep going down the road, you'll see Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
Take that road.
Okay.
Up past Dairy Queen, and then Tim Hortons will be on the left.
Okay.
Yeah. As soon as I say I don't like people, I get interrupted by people. I handled that well enough, I guess. Not very good at giving directions, but it is how it is. So I'm almost home now. I figured this video would take about 30 minutes on my walk back. It is nice getting out walking. Like, I've been out here for about an hour and a half walking around and found lots of cigarette butts, so I feel relaxed for now, but it's gonna be a tough month because unless I can figure out a way to make money, but I doubt I can figure that out. I don't have a car, so I can't just get around to anywhere I want, and I don't know, it'd be nice to mow some lawns or something, but I don't have a lawnmower and I don't have a vehicle to get around doing that, or else I would do that. But anyway, video's coming up to 30 minutes, so I'm gonna call it an end here. I'll try and do videos more often. Keep track on me. My goals for the week are to start reading a book and start exercising on the treadmill and stay off the pot. And that was the same thing I said last time I did a video, and I didn't follow through on any of it, and I got shy and didn't want to do any videos because of it. But here I am, round 2. We're gonna try again, see how things go. Anyway, thanks for listening to me and joining me on this video. One love and respect. Stay alive, everyone. Bye bye.